Well guys, welcome to the video. This is my first one of 2022, so thanks for joining. I've got the banks of the River Severn behind me. I'm on the Apley stretch today, just north of Bridgnorth, and we're going to be targeting some winter chub and barbel. It's the end of January. We've had one of those named storms come through over the last 24 hours, so there's still a little bit of that lingering around today. So some gusty wind about, overcast conditions, a little bit of rain coming in, but as the day goes on it's forecast to brighten up and for the conditions to settle down. It should hopefully be a good day to allow us to target a few fish. Hopefully we can get 2 or 3 chub on the bank, and any barbel will be an absolute bonus for this time of year and the water temperatures. I'll run through the rigs I'm going to use, the baiting approach, show you where in the swim I'm going to put the rods today. We'll go through all of that. Hopefully we'll get a couple of fish in the video and get off to a good start for the year. So here's the peg I've chosen today then. So let's just show you the rods to start with. So they're down there on that little beachy area. So you can see all along here the river's been absolutely ripping through there over the course of the last few weeks, and with the colour of the vegetation you can see that I probably wouldn't have had my rods there if I'd been on the bank here probably a week, 2 weeks ago. So it's dropped off quite a lot now. So that bank is still very, very slippery and pretty treacherous. So I've got my chair on the grass at the top, and yeah, I'm just being very careful going down to the rods whenever I'm doing a rechuck or whenever I'm getting a bite. So you need to be very, very careful on the river this time of year, particularly at times when the flood has sort of washed through, it's cleaned the river out and the banks are all very saturated, very muddy. You can see on the far side, you know, the different colours of the bank where the vegetation's had an absolute hammering off the flow of the river. It's great to be on the bank, but you have got to be really, really careful in the winter months. With the water temperature as it is, the last place you want to be is in there. Let's have a little look at the swim, show you where I'm targeting today. So a couple of rods out. Upstream rod, just on the edge of that shadow there. So got the maggot feeder on there. So I'm rechucking that every 15 to 20 minutes. We're on the inside of a bend here, so there's not a great deal of flow on this near side. So just keeping a steady flow of red maggots coming in. Let them sort of flow all down this area here. Downstream rod, that's just on a standard lead. Targeting about a 5 to 10 metre area here. The maggots should be flowing down off the feeder on the upstream rod. I'm just alternating the hook baits, see how we get along, and we'll hopefully pick up a few bites. Well, fish on, downstream rod's gone. Doesn't feel like a barbel. It's starting to run a bit though. Yeah, it's making a big line for the side. It's probably a chub, this. Yeah, it's a little chub. It's good to get a bite though. There we go, in the net. Right, so first one. Nice little chub. Downstream rod. Go on, keep still, you. Took a little cheese and garlic pellet. Good to get the first one in the net and get started. Right, I'm going to get this back now. I'm going to put it downstream a couple of pegs just in case there's further fish in the swim. Don't want to spook the shoal out, so yeah, let's get it back a couple of pegs down and see if we can get another one. Right guys, so first bite of the year, happy days. So got the rod back out behind me there, so yeah, it's still nice and still. Thankfully the wind's dropped a bit because it was proper horrible earlier on, you know, really icy northerly winds, not very comfortable at all. So yeah, first chub in the net. Hopefully a barbel comes along, but look, it's January, it's tough conditions. I'm happy just to take any bite that comes, to be honest. So yeah, always good to get the first one of the year. So on to the next one now. Well guys, there's a few naughty ones on the golf course today. So those guys on the right there have just had a right ruck with the chap on the left over who should be on what fairway and who's taking their shot first, and yeah, a bit of shouting going on. So I thought it was supposed to be like a steady old game golf and you know, gentleman's game and all that, but yeah, wow, wasn't expected to see that. Fisticuffs on the golf course nearly there. Yeah, downstream rods away. This is probably a chub. Yeah, little chub. Let's grab the net. Come on, mate, let's have a look at you. Let's let him have a little rest there for a minute. Okay guys, right, here's the next one. Only a little diddy one. Nice fish though. Very welcome. There we go. Right, let's see if there's a bigger one about. Farbank's nice and busy today. Plenty of dog walkers, golfers. It's a lovely day. It's cold though. Camera's probably not doing the temperature justice. Typical winter's day, nice and bright. Bitterly cold though. Northerly winds. Thankfully not too much wind at the minute, but yeah, it's proper icy when he gets up. Well, left hand rod's away again. This feels pretty solid. Pulling towards the bank though, so probably a chub, I think. Yeah, another chub. Right, let's get him netted. Come on, mate, let's have a look at you. There we go. It's not a bad one. Right, let's get the mat prepared and we'll have him out and have a look at him. Well guys, here's that chub. Lovely fish. Here we go. Beautiful winter chub. Probably 3 to 4 pounds, something like that. Made up to get him. Beautiful fish. It's probably about an hour of light left, so let's get him back and see if there's another one out there before the session ends. Well, guys, that was a terrific chub. I think it was probably closer to £4, you know, than 3. You know, real thick set fish that was, and it held its ground mid-water, you know, to start with. I think it might be a small barbel, but yeah, then it sort of started doing the, you know, the telltale chub thing where it makes for the near side bank. So yeah, give its sort of self away, you know, probably after 20 or 30 seconds into the fight there. But yeah, lovely fish. Made up to have got that one, and yeah, it's been a real good session this afternoon. So it's always difficult to try and get a barbel bite in January. You know, the water temperatures as they are, barbel really don't move around, and it's almost like you got to stick a bait right on the nose, you know, to stand a chance of picking one up, really. But yeah, some great chub today. So been a thoroughly enjoyable session, and we'll give it probably about an hour to an hour and a half, something like that, just to see if we can pick up another bite, if not a couple, you know. But let's see how it goes around dusk time, and see if there's one or two more to be had. Beautiful conditions down on the Severn this afternoon. Wind's died off. Lovely sunset. Cracking conditions for winter fishing. Okay, I'm going to call time on the session there then. So some great chub fishing today. So just what you want in January for me is a few bites. You know, when you're on the bank and it's freezing cold, and you know, there's that icy wind around, that little bit of sport just to kind of keep you going throughout the course of the day is what it's all about. So I'll be back before the end of the season's out to pick up a barbel once the water temperature warms up. There's about 7 or 8 weeks of the season left now, so hit subscribe on the channel for me if you can. I'd really appreciate your support there. So definitely more videos to come throughout the course of the year, and yeah, drop me any comments on the session, anything that you want to ask. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can, but thanks for watching, and look forward to catching you on the next one soon.